everybody, Trish Palmer here, creator of the Essential Hypnosis and NLP training, all that you'll ever need to become a hypnotherapist. So if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, just click it, tap it, whatever you need to do, and hit that bell as well so that we know that this content is worthy of staying up there for free. If you are on Facebook, then please give me some love hearts. Hit those love hearts. Let me know. Let me know that you're out there. So today I'm going to be talking about booking and maintenance. This video will go on for a little bit longer, so you might need to come back and watch it later on or something like that. But please bear with me. It is one of those things that when I first started, I was horrible at this, and now I'm just nailing it left, right, and center. So it can help you nail your business. So I still remember how I used to try and sell my hypnosis to people. So when I look back on it, like seriously, it was all I really knew. I had a great product, I had a great service, and I didn't know how the hell to sell it. And I would just do the whole like, if you want to book in, that's fine. If you don't want to book in, that's fine. But the thing is, even when it comes to major surgery, people will not book it in unless you're seen as the authority figure. So I would tell them how awesome it was, and then all of the results and the statistics and all this great stuff. And this is what I come back with. Sure, I got a couple of clients, but this is mostly what I got. So I got questioned as to that I wasn't sure how to respond with. So seriously, I had verbal diarrhea and stuttering. I got judged, sometimes so harshly that I wouldn't speak for hours because I felt so humiliated about it. People were always going to book in. So, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, next week, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. People just wanted my service for free or at mates rates. So there were heaps of mate rates ones. Unless they were getting it from mates rates, they weren't having it at all. I even had one of my so-called friends at the time say to me, she's like, oh, mates rates? And I'm like, well, you work at Kmart, you're going to give me mates rates for that? And she's like, no, because I can't do that. And I'm like, well, it's exactly the same here. Like, you're purchasing my time and my education. That's what people are purchasing. They're purchasing your education and your skills. That's what they're doing. I got constant hits and blows to my self-esteem. Like, I was out playing soccer one day, and one of the men there found out that I was a hypnotist, and I was just starting out, and he just hassled me for the whole time while we're out the soccer field. My self-esteem took an absolute smash to the face. Like, it was horrible. And hey, I'm still good mates with him, but I've learnt to reframe him now. And I even had lots of friendships and clients. So at the time I was a massage therapist as well, and I was trying to do both. And there were clients that just never booked in for a massage again because they thought I was going to mind control or push a product or service onto them and things like that. I lost friendships out of it. I even lost my father out of it because he believes that hypnosis is a cult, and I have joined a cult. And it's like, well, I do apologise that, I'm no longer feeling angry anymore and I'm not fitting into your structure of reality. So, these are some of the responses that I have received over the years that I'm trying to help you to, have a good comeback about, or to avoid or set you up for, what might just happen, because people don't talk about this stuff. So one day I sat with my partner, John, and I said to him, I'm the only common denominator in all of these instances. What is wrong with me? Because I had spoken to all of these people, I'd done letter drops, I'd done flyers, I'd done so much stuff non-stop, and still no reward, no clients, or the occasional drib client that would come in and then they wouldn't come back or something like that. And I'd be like, I'm the only common denominator. What is wrong with me? And then a light bulb moment went off. I literally just went ding. Let's see if I've got a light bulb here. Do I even have a light bulb here? No, don't have a light bulb here. Doesn't matter. I had this light bulb go off inside my head, and I was like, oh. And there was nothing wrong with me. I just needed to upgrade on how to book my clients. With so many people having issues in the world, I was convinced that I was going to go out there and help heal it. And the reality was that many people wanted to complain about the problem rather than to do something about it. And it's something like 86% of the population. So you're trying to market yourself to the 14% of the population that actually do want to help and want to invest themselves in their own help. So my grandfather once told me that if you can't push the cow, then pull it. It will always move. And he was right. He was absolutely bang on the money. So here's how I did it. Number one, stop being the person that wants to heal the world, okay? You will heal many worlds in this industry, but only those that want to be healed. Everybody's structure of reality is their world, and you will heal many of them. This will also save you from quitting, because business is going to test you. This industry is going to test you. We need you as a healer, and there is so much toxicity in this world that healers are swallowed up and spat out like gum, and they're just never the same again. So start by healing those that ask for it or are truly interested in what you do. Bugger the rest. Honestly, tell them, get stuffed, like, go away. You're going to be judged. Don't worry about the judges and the haters. Just go away from them and don't even bother with them, okay? So start by healing those that are genuinely interested or are curious, or educate them. You know, even if they don't book in, educate them on what it is that you do and how it is that you do it. Offer a free consult. During the free consult, you can mirror your client and get into rapport with them, ask some questions, and see if they are truly committed. Part of the free consult also is not about them, it's about me. Do I really want to work with this person? Because I've had some people that are like, yes, I want to quit smoking, I want to quit smoking. And then as I talk, they don't listen to what I'm saying. So they're not listening, so they're not going to take anything in. What are their expectations of what it is that you do? What kind of stigmas do they have about it? You know, the classic one is, oh, you're going to make me cluck like a chicken. Or the stage hypnosis stuff, like, oh, you're going to make me do things I don't want to do. So, you know, there's a fine line between the knowledge of people doing things that they want to do and people just going along with the crowd and then kind of regretting it later on. So I offer a free consult. I also have a debit system in place, so all my clients either pay up front or they go onto a debit system. All sessions are paid 1 week in advance, and there is a no refund policy. So it's just like renting a house, you're always paid that week in advance. And most people in this world are committed to their money rather than their health. So if your client is willing to pay in cash, there is always something that pops up, okay? They'll always be like, oh, we need new tyres this week, I can't come. Or the rates came in, I can't come. So you're always going to be secondary. You're in the same category as hairdressers and nail techs and all this sort of stuff. When it comes to a service that they can cut back on during Christmas, tax time, Easter time, whatever, they will cut back onto it. So have a debit system in place, or I get them to pay in full upfront, no refunds whatsoever. So debit systems also put the clients at cause. So yes, I can hear you saying some people can't afford it. Okay, I can absolutely hear that. But that's why I have the debit system. I can work out the payments for my client so that it suits them. It makes sure that the debit goes through. If the debit doesn't go through, then I can ring them and say, hey, your payment hasn't gone through. What's going on? We need to get this sorted out before tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. I had clients that they start their debit system and then they'll come 2 months later because they're prepared for it. So that way it can work out very much easier. The debit system I use at the moment is called Easy Debit, but I'm also transitioning to Acuity as well. You can Google other debit systems if you want and just work out what's best for you. You can do it through PayPal, PaySmart, Stripe. There's all different systems out there. So, you know, do some Googling and look up a debit system that you can afford and that you can understand and that you can go with, okay? So have a debit system in place. I don't take week-to-week appointments that pay via card or pay in cash. No, it's not being done because something always pops up. It's as simple as that. You either go on the debit system or you pay in full. If I have a client that's like, no, I'm not going on a debit system for any reason, then that's fine. I refer you to another therapist and you can go and see them. Because at the end of the day, if I give my client an inch on my policies, they will take a mile. So stick to your policies because that's the way good business works. I also pre-book all of the sessions. So once a client has purchased a hypnosis program from me, I pre-book all of the sessions in yours and their diary. So for example, if a client is having 4 sessions for weight loss, I pre-book them every Thursday at say 2 p.m. and I tell the client that they are pre-booked so that spot is permanently theirs. And then I also tell them that if they need to change it, they just have to give me 24 hours notice and then we can change up the sessions. So they need to do that. You are the authority figure in this and this is your field. So please people just don't know what's good for them. That's just it. So if you step up and you be the leader, the client will follow you and they will do what needs to be done. So make sure you do that. Step up and have that standard in place. Now, when it comes to maintenance sessions, you come to the end of your program with your client and it looks like they might need some more support. Or, I've had those clients that don't turn up for the last session because they don't want it to end. And I'll say to them, look, just come on in. We'll talk about maintenance sessions. I have clients that come once a month just because they really enjoy hypnosis and they want to keep themselves in check. So the mind is a working machine. It's a computer. So just like your cars need a service, so does your mind. I even have maintenance sessions with my mentoring students. I actually send out a message. I'm like, hey, can anybody help me with this, please? Blah, blah, blah. And we all jump on board and we help each other in the mentoring. So you offer to your client to continue the debit system or for 10% discount and see them again once a month for maintenance sessions or something like that. Or I give my client an offer where if they purchase 3 sessions to use at any time over the next 12 months, I give them a voucher that I got printed up through Vistaprint, and this gives people peace of mind that they can just pop in at any stage and then have a maintenance session. So they just got to ring me, say, hey, I've got that maintenance session here. I'm struggling with a little bit of anger at the moment, or I'm a bit confused about my partner or whatever it is. I'm like, no worries, come on in, and it's done. So you can have those vouchers or you can extend out their debit system sort of thing, whatever it is that you need to do. So there are many reasons that you want to do this, okay? So one is hard times are inevitable. They're going to happen in the future. People will pass away. Bad things will happen. There will be times of hardship. Whether you're in a marriage that you think 100% is solid, there will be times of hardship. So hard times are inevitable for everybody. Grief will strike. Loved ones will pass away or even get sick. So your client may need maintenance about that. Then maybe they've had issues with sadness or something like that. And then when the loved one passed away, even if it's a pet, some pets actually affect people more than their mothers and fathers passing away. So, if they pass away and then grief strikes, all of a sudden that sadness can come back in. So you can help your client with that and transition through it much easier. Accidents are going to happen. I had one gentleman that quit smoking. He went on his motorbike around America. He had an accident where he nearly lost his life, and he immediately picked up a packet of smokes and started smoking. So he triggered himself. He came back in after he got back from America, and then he quit smoking again. So accidents do happen, and maintenance will be required. Trust can also be betrayed as well. So there are people that they start to heal themselves, and then that external person will become toxic or narcissistic or something like that, and they start to betray the trust of that person, and the hurt can start to build up again. That's what happens. Finances will change. What if they go bankrupt or they get hacked or something like that? So they need some maintenance to keep their anxiety down and to understand that they are going to get through it. So if your client decides that they don't wish to purchase further sessions, then do what I call the white knight sales technique. So this is the white knight sales technique. White knight syndrome is where people like to come in and save people whether they want to be saved or not. We all have a little bit of it in us. There's always been those people that we want to help. Some of them will accept the help and some of them just simply won't. So this is what I do. I say to my client, who do you know that could benefit from hypnosis? And they will usually say someone that's a close friend or a family member or someone they work with or something like that. So allow the client to give you a name. And then when they're giving you that name, create empathy and connection towards the person. Then proceed to write that person's name on your business card and ask your client, could you please give Angela my card so we can help them achieve the same success that you have had? And the client will be grateful to take the card and go on a quest to give it to their friend named Angela. And it's made them feel great. So you're giving them a white knight quest. Rather than just giving them a card and then all of a sudden it ends up in the bottom of the handbag or something like that. People don't tend to talk about good services and good products unless it comes up in conversation. You don't just randomly say, hey, I had a fantastic massage and you all should need to go and have it done. You'll only talk about it if somebody else brings it up. And it's the same with your hypnosis and your NLP. So I'll actually write that person's name on the card and then I'll ask the client to give it to them for me. So it's like you're sending them on a quest. And this works on a few different layers, okay? It gives the white knight in that person a positive quest. So most people coming to you are white knights and they are sick of the drama. If you give the client a card and you tell them to tell others about me, they'll also be hit by people who would rather complain or would rather judge hypnosis or something like that, just like I mentioned at the start of the video. So don't put your client in that place, okay? They are better off helping someone that they know rather than people that they don't. They already have rapport and connection with that person as well. So even if your client forgets to give the person the business card and finds the card one day down the track, 3 months later or whatever, they will still complete the quest even years later. So sure, they may not give the card, but they will talk to them freely about it. They'll be like, oh, that's right, I once had a card to give to you, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it even gets them to come back for maintenance sessions as well. So you're giving them a quest, and this is a positive quest to somebody they have rapport with, that they believe that they can help, that's got a similar situation that they were in. So I have many students over the years that say, you know, I can't afford to do a free consult. So I say to them, you can't afford not to do a free consult. The people I've met over the years, I don't have the resources to help sometimes, or some of them I can't help, and it's really opened my eyes. I had one guy ring me on the phone and sounded committed. He sounded great. He came in for a free consult. He had a tinfoil hat on and was convinced he was anorexic. And after a very long discussion with him, he had something bigger going on that needed medical assistance that I wasn't willing to help with and I couldn't help with. And he wasn't willing to get the help. He just sort of wanted somebody to put him to sleep and make it all go away. So I informed him I didn't have enough training to help him and referred him to a physician. So 2 weeks later, he contacted me saying that he'd been in the fourth dimension and would be traveling there permanently soon. So, you know, there's some people that you just can't help, and you're going to get the weird and the wonderfuls and things like that. You're going to get the judgmental ones. You're going to get the ones that, they're coming because they've got a new girlfriend or something like that. So like I said before, you can't afford not to do a free consult. It can take you as little as 15 minutes. You don't have to do it in your home. You could do it via Zoom or something like that. You could go to a cafe. You can do it in every other way possible. Make it work. You can do it on the phone if you need to, but just offer that free consult. So I couldn't help that gentleman. It's as simple as that. I had actually rang people about him and disclosed a heap of information to try and help him out, and they said yes, he's part of the community and blah blah blah. So there was already knowledge about him going around, sort of thing. So you can't afford not to do a free consult. So please join me in the next video. I'm going to teach you how to always get paid. So there's nothing worse when you've got these clients booked in and then all of a sudden, and it's happened to me, you will have a whole day booked out and then all of them cancel for some reason, or they don't show up, or whatever it is that's going on. So join me in the next video. I'm going to teach you how to always get paid for your service and where to go from there. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Oh, and I forgot. Remember, subscribe if on YouTube. Give me love hearts. I've got to do all this stuff, don't I? I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.